Welcome back to another video, guys, and in this video I'm going to cover the best locations for under $450,000. And honestly, this may be the last time I ever make a video like this because it is almost impossible to find houses for under 450k in good regional locations. Now in this video I'm going to mention locations that are small towns, that have smaller economies, and so please do your due diligence about these locations. And even though I tell you about these locations, I may not personally ever invest in these locations because I'm not a fan of small town locations. I much rather prefer big regional hubs and look at townhouse or low density apartment units. However, I have been asked by the community for this video and I wanted to do it for you guys. So strap yourselves in and let's go through some locations. Now the first location I want to go through, guys, is Moe. Now Moe New Borough in the wider Latrobe region is one of the last few locations where you can find properties under $450,000. You can find properties like this that have been sold on the 16th of June 2026. It's a decent weatherboard house, nothing smashing, nothing amazing, just a pure buy and hold investment that you can buy, a decent home that you can find in Moe for 450k. And the wider Latrobe region and Moe is doing pretty well at the moment. You can see prices have been rising for the past 18 months. Rents have been increasing but not at the fastest pace anymore, and you can get yields of still up to about 5% or so in the market. Now inventory levels are still very low, stock levels are acceptable, and the days on market, so the demand side of things, is still pretty strong, with properties selling off the market pretty quickly. Now vacancy rates are a little bit on the higher side, around 2%, so make sure you talk to a property manager and ask them how quickly your property will get tenanted out. But at this stage, Moe in this location is looking fairly healthy. And for those of you who don't know about the Latrobe region's wider economy, it's fairly diversified, but some jobs are being lost due to power plant closures in this local area, and there is a big push towards renewable energy. But apart from that, it also has healthcare, construction, public admin, and safety. And so if there is a successful transition towards this renewable energy target that Latrobe has, then I believe this area will do well in the long term. If not, it's something where we can get capital growth and look to exit out in the future. But make sure it fits your risk appetite, and make sure you watch the full in-depth Latrobe video that I have done previously that walks you through the entire economy, the plan, etc. and more. And look, if you need help picking the right investment location for whatever budget, whether it's 450, 550, 1 million, 600,000, I can help you guys. I can break down the best investment locations for your budget, your minimum yield, your risk appetite, your current portfolio, your current stage in life on a daily basis, helping everyone out sort their strategy, identify the best properties out there so that you guys can invest stress free. So don't wait any longer. Jump in the private community, guys. It's $40 a month. When you're making a $500,000 to $1 million decision, this is cheap as chips. Now let's get back into the video. Now the next location I want to go over, guys, is the location in New South Wales. It's Temora. It's a pretty small town in the middle of New South Wales, or sort of in the middle of New South Wales, close to Wagga Wagga, close to Cowra, and close to Griffith. It is a location known for its aviation museum, Royal Air Shows, and more. And it's a location that is really picking up steam in terms of the data. When we look at it, we can see that there is a median buy price of around $525,000, but you can find properties from low 400s to high $600,000 and rents around $451. So not the best yields for a small town, and this is why it's really important to assess it against your risk appetite. And when we start to scroll down, you can see prices have been growing, and when you look at the historical price trend of Temora, you can see that it hasn't gone through any major cyclical downturns, which is very impressive for a very small town. And you look at the rent, it has been increasing with about 13% over the past 12 months, which is very strong. Now it just could be a spike, but that is certainly a positive sign for us as an investor. And when we look at the data, there is one metric that you can see right on your screen which isn't good. It's 83 days for days on market. I do think that could be a slight anomaly. Overall demand is still pretty strong in this area from the people I've talked to, and the inventory levels are very healthy, under 1.5 months. So when you compare this against other locations, when it's under 1.5, 1.2, it's a pretty healthy inventory level, and the new stock on market is declining. So there's less new stock coming on the market, which gives the higher chance of capital growth to occur. And vacancy rates are 1.7%. Definitely not the best, but definitely not the worst. Again, talk to your property manager. Just make sure that you can find a good tenant in your property and how long it will take. And when you look at a property like this in Temora, this was sold on the 19th of June 2026. Once again, a weatherboard house. It's going to be pretty hard to find a good brick house for this price point, but these weatherboard homes are still good to consider if it passes a building and pest inspection. And as you can see, as I roll through the photos, it's got a nice clean interior, perfectly rentable, and no major issues. Plenty of land, is 1,000 square meters, maybe even some potential for a subdivision or development down the line if you wanted to. And when you look at Temora's economy, it is diversified for a small town into agriculture, healthcare, education, training, and more, but the exports are a little bit skewed towards agriculture and electricity, gas services, which is what you'd expect for a pretty small location. You can't expect these towns to be super diversified. It's not realistic, but that reflects in the price point and the affordability. And so this should be on your watch list because the data continues to improve. And even though the demand figure isn't appealing, the overall stock levels is painting the right picture in the right direction for us to consider for investment. Now, the next location I want to go over, guys, is Cobram. Now, if you don't know where Cobram is, it's right on the border of Victoria. If I zoom out a little bit, it's relatively close to the major regional hub of Shepparton-Wodonga, and it's close to the medium regional hub of Shepparton. It is a small town once again, but there are opportunities for under 450k in this location. And when you look at the data, you can see a median buy price of around $500,000, but a yield of around 5% and above, which is very, very strong. And you look at the overall growth of this location, it has been growing with about 6% growth over the past 12 months, and rents have been rising with around 8% growth in rental return over the past 12 months. So very, very strong rental growth. Yields are still strong and it can be very lucrative for investors. Now, once again, days on market has been falling, and as you can see, inventory is on the higher side, around 5 months. You can cross-reference this with SQM research, where you can see inventory has been growing over the past 12 months. So it's definitely not the best look when it comes to future capital growth. And so the reason I've put this on the list is because I do think there is potential for this suburb to grow, albeit it might not be right now, but it could be something on your watch list to as a market for you to monitor. And then when the market starts to improve, as the stock level starts to fall, the inventory starts to improve, and the days on market improves, then you can consider jumping in. At this point in time, it's rather a market you'd rather watch than rather jump in straight away. But I thought I'd share with the wider community and with the wider YouTube community as well. Cobram should be on your watch list. I do think there is potential for it. Maybe not right now, but could be a good location for under 450k. And when you look at the location, it is diversified in construction, manufacturing, accommodation, and more. And when you look at the employment drivers, it is diversified into healthcare, retail, trade, construction. So pretty diversified for a small town. And when you look at the exports, mainly into construction and manufacturing for this location. Now, when you do look at Cobram, you can see you can find properties for under 450k. Again, it's more of a weatherboard style, cladding style house. Got a decent interior, nothing too special. As I flick through the photos, it's most likely going to be on Stump, so make sure you get a thorough BNP report done. It is a small town, but one that does have opportunities for you guys to consider at the right point in time. So if you are looking at this market and you're considering for a place to look at under 450k in Victoria, I haven't talked about already, like Hamilton or Horsham, then this should be on your watch list to watch and monitor and decide whether or not you want to consider it. Now, this last one I've saved for the very last of the video, so the people who actually watch the video till the end will get the juicy one, and that is Rangeway in Geraldton. So this is much more the size of the Latrobe counterpart that I showed, and Rangeway is part of the wider Geraldton region up north of Perth. It is a location that has massively grown over the past 36 months, but there is further improvement in price growth in this location. We can see it's around 450k in buy price, and it's already risen about 27% over the past 12 months. So much later in its cycle, but I believe post-budget opportunities like this will continue to rise in value as investors seek more opportunity. Now, once again, days on market is relatively healthy, around 46 days, but inventory is a little bit on the higher side, around 2 months. Again, we want it to be less than 1.5-ish months, right? So this is one of those markets where you'll have to assess it against your risk appetite and consider whether or not it should be on your monitor list or whether you should be looking at actively purchasing in this area at the moment. And when you look at a property, you can find something like this. It is an older home and it is on Stump, so definitely not an ideal, not like a weatherboard or brick, but it is a property that you can consider. And once again, when you're looking at under 450k, you have to be malleable to the type of properties you can get, especially when you're looking at houses, right? And the reason I wanted to include this is I wanted to give two options, one where there was small towns and one where you could consider larger towns, but you have to sacrifice on build quality and the type of pocket you might get. And so when you look at the wider Geraldton region, there is exposure to mining, a lot of healthcare, retail, trade, education, training, but there is a decent amount of exposure to mining. And while it takes up a significant portion of it, it has got a good economic base and one for you guys to consider. It has done well over the past 36 months. It's going to continue to do well, in my opinion, as it's a high yield, affordable location to consider. But the portion that you have to be acceptable of is the mining component, which takes up about 43% of its economy. Now, put this in frame of reference. Mackay has exposure to mining. It has done pretty well as well and continues to do well, albeit at a much higher price point of around $650 nowadays. So if you are looking for another location in WA to consider for under $450K, then you can be looking at the Rangeway and in and around Geraldton as well. You can find other parts of it where you can find properties under $450. However, that really sums up 4 locations for you guys to consider for under $450,000 in wider Australia. Yes, there may be other suburbs out there that are very, very small towns for you to consider. I tried to balance economic diversity, town size, proximity to major regional hubs to pick these 4 locations. It wasn't easy, and as you can see when I went through them, there were definitely trade-offs. So please do your due diligence. Not all of them are a buy absolute now. Some of them might be on a monitor now and see if it improves or not. That's really important to understand, and make sure you assess it against your risk appetite. When you're buying under $450,000, it's a very risky price point to buy under, especially for houses. So you have to make sure it fits your risk appetite, and I cannot emphasize that enough. If it were for me, guys, I would be looking at under $450 for low density units and townhouses in major regional hubs that I can hold for the next 20-30 years. That's my preference, but I wanted to put the best locations with decent data for you guys together. If you have any questions at all, jump in the private community and I will help you out as always. Till next time, thank you very much.